Good evening. Ow! If anyone's even actually there, because I don't think anyone is. I think it is just me. As it usually is when it says just one viewer. I might need to move at some point. But I don't think anyone's here, so it'll make it better anyway. Lol. Anyway. Actually, you know what? Let me move while there's still no one here. Okay. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. I also just realized I did not. Whoops. I did not finish, advertising. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I had to go upstairs. I had to go upstairs twice, actually. Oh, hi. Hello. No need to be sorry. I just realized I hadn't finished putting my stream link in all the places that I uh I should have. Whew. Whew. Okay. Hmm. I was over here. Yeah, how's summer camp? Well, I am. See, the thing about that is, I am a chronically unwell person. Um, so uh, what that kind of like, what that kind of ends up leading to, um, is I have been not very feeling not very well this June. Um, oh yeah, a catch up day is an understatement. I only did two uh I've only done two articles thus far. Sorry, this is my little spreadsheet. Yeah, it's actually free. Um it was done by a member of World Anvil. So, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my word count goal way down. There we go. Much better. I can actually let me see if I can find it and send. Actually, I don't need to find it. The link should be right here. Yeah, and I'll send it in the chat. There you go. It's a lovely resource, and TJ has a lot of other ones too. So, and then there's the summer camp ones. So, but so here's a fun fact. Also, um, I uh have not seen much of the new prompts. The last two waves of prompts that got dropped. I have not seen them. Um, hello Charlie. Sorry, there's a cat screaming. Um, which means that now I get to go in working on a job children aspire. Oh, okay. Yeah, But now I get to look at the new prompts and decide what to do from there. I was also going to take a look back at some of my older articles to try to get um like ones that were done even before this summer camp in other worlds, you know, um for some thoughts. So now I get to look at all the new prompts and consider the possibility of filling them out. Also, the little things in my in the title of this are commands that you can run in the chat. I just wanted to let everyone who may or may not be here know that. So, because when this ends, we could do prompts together. What do you mean by that? Like when summer camp ends, or hello, Miss Lola? Why are you here? Why are we doing this, Lola? Ma'am, what's going on here? Sorry, there's there's a cat here. I don't know why she decided to suddenly hop up here and bother me now. Um, your mama is downstairs. Why are you bothering me up here? Yeah. Some of these are pretty interesting. A military unit known for its incompetence. I need someone to tell me to do prompts after summer camp, or I just. Oh, okay. That's fair. A military unit known for its incompetence. That's pretty funny, honestly. I mean, there's been quite a few of those throughout history. Incompetent military units. And that's all I have to say about that. Controversial will. Oh, okay. Like a will, as in like a last will and testament. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. You know that could be interesting. I was thinking of I'm a prose writer by trade. Um, collector. Um, so I was thinking of maybe doing something that's more why not? Oh well. Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't make the prompt. Um, but I'm a prose writer by trade, so I was thinking of maybe doing something that I could write more like a story also instead of just an article. An abandoned building shrouded in mystery. Because as cool as, doing it like wiki-esque is, I need to follow you on World Anvil. Well, I actually have a one of my commands um will give you my my information. The bot commands. An object that looks edible but isn't. It should be item, yeah. But it should give you the link to me. Which command is that? How I see your commands. Yeah, it's a good question. Let me. Oh, it's this one, I think. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it is hot up here. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna take my clothes off. I think I can turn a fan on. 1 second. Let me wrestle. Let me wrestle with this just for a second, so I don't overheat and die of here. Oh goodness. Oh, there we go. The first one I tried. Hello, Charlie. Oh, is that why Lulu's up here? Because you're sitting in a window? All right. All right, so there's the lost prompts. Down, added. Um, and now the family prompts. Gotta add those in there. Species with an intriguing symbiotic relationship. That's actually very interesting because thank you. I technically already did this. Um the a species with an intriguing symbiotic relationship, but I'm gonna have to make another one. Because that one was actually my plant. Um the the mottle grape that I created. Oh, okay. Awesome. Um an influential family or dynasty. I technically set that up in another article also. So like I don't have the like I didn't like do the family or anything, so I think it should still count because I didn't actually write about the family. I just wrote about the city that they run. A celebration involving non-blood family. Interesting. What's this? Ritual. That's actually an interesting one to think about. A celebration involving non-blood family. Because like in real life it would you could think like a birthday party, which often includes very close people that you might consider family who are just not blood related to you. A character known as the font of a bloodline. Huh? What does that mean? The font? The front? Did they misspell front? I just asked in the Discord. Well, the prompts aren't always confusing to me anyway. I just wanted to know if it was like a misspelling or something. An instrument. Ooh, an instrument used in family celebrations. Ouch. Ah, I have a hangnail. That shit hurted. Ouchie wouchie. A small town that keeps to itself. Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. Ooh, an archipelago. Considered a family of islands. That could be very interesting. Ooh, congenital condition. Now that now that might be something. Uh, one of my special interests for a hot minute was genetic disorders, which they still kind of are in a way. I mean, I as a disabled person myself who has a lot of them run in my family. A lot of it is also just for knowledge sake. But ooh, a public front used by a criminal organization. Um, yeah. So a lot of it was just like out of interest, but also because it's like, yeah, I like to learn things. I like to have knowledge, especially medical knowledge. Um, so that one could be fun. An invention that connected distant lands. Okay. Well, now, now we have, now we have all the prompts listed out. What now? Now, oh, I just have to figure out doing collector one. Um, collector of lost things. I mean, maybe I mean I maybe it's just gonna depend on whether or not I get ideas for it. Technically, I started the first prompt last time I streamed, and I was trying to figure out like a species for it. That's what I was doing. Like to see how different ours would be. Huh. I suppose I could do that for now. You have no redeems. Yeah, I don't yet. Thanks. I do have my drink with me though. Um, I do not have any redeems or anything yet. I'm a very bad streamer. In case it's not obvious. um, but I hope to eventually get that set up. I just don't currently. So because mostly because I don't know like what I would have. I guess you know what I mean. Like I don't know what I would. Oh, okay. So font here is source or founder. I just never heard it in that context. Whew, okay. I'm also like trying to not be tired. Like I took my ADHD medicine, but for some reason my body really wants to be tired. I'm like, you're not tired. I had food. Maybe I need more food, but I have work to do. There's no time for that. Hmm. So, oh yeah, that's the one. It was a fruit that grows in an unlikely environment was the model grape one, and it was also one that was the symbiotic a species with an intriguing symbiotic relationship. Um, that I mentioned. I was like, oh, that's like basically the same thing. But um um you can come up with another species. A collector, but the rank for a collector of lost things. That could be very interesting. Um the main question that I would have to answer with that um collector of lost things. Sea glass flying stingrays. Question mark? Like, is that what you did for yours? But the main thing for that, the rank for a collector of lost things that I have to hi, hello. Hi. The world building is pretty much just starting actually. You came in at a great time. Um I was going to think about doing a collector of lost things, the rank. And what I was currently about to ask myself was um so so the thing with like Lunia, right, which is the world that I'm working in, um it is oh, I should mention it because I think I mentioned it while you were here. Derek, I hope I'm saying that right. I hope that is how your name is pronounced. But I don't think Ink and Play was here when I said it. But the world Lunia, the entire like idea of it basically is so it's kind of linked to my other world Novanati, in that it is extinct and prehistoric mammal species evolved to be sapient and the dominant species of this planet. Ink or autumn. Okay. Uh okay, yeah. But basically it's a planet where there's extinct prehistoric mammal species, and they're the dominant species on this planet because they were given sapience when they arrived because they weren't from there; they were seeded. Uh, it hasn't really been long enough for um evolution. Oh, okay, yeah, that's great. It's good to know. Hasn't really been long enough for any kind of Darwinian evolution to really happen because it's only been like a couple thousand years, and evolution, generally speaking, takes a lot longer than that. There have been adaptations for sure, but I mention it because the species are effectively the same. Because as much I do really want to do a speculative evolution world, um, but I have more like research and practice that I have to do first before I do that. Um, and I knew that wouldn't be a great idea to do for summer camp. So Spec Evo is its own whole other monster that I'm very excited to do, but that's not what I'm doing. That's not the goal for this world. So um, but basically that's what it is. So the question that I was asking myself, at least in my mind, was uh the um the rank, like what like group would it belong to. I'm also trying to figure out how to split the species up because I'm thinking that what I'll do is because obviously the way that we humans classify the species probably would not be the way that they would classify themselves because you know why. Also, a lot of these species went extinct before humans or their ancestors really even came around. Uh, so there's really no reason to believe they would go by the same metric. Um, so what I was thinking of was that they probably grouped themselves by like similar characteristics, and then like there are smaller ethnic groups that are based mostly on where they come from, and potentially shared traits between them, depending on you know, different things. Um, like I have the species that they actually are like listed so that we humans can understand it, but they don't list themselves that way. So my thought was like, for this rank, is it going to be like kind of a universal rank that a lot of creatures have, or would it be like limited to like one country or group or something? Tis the age old question. The question that haunts us all. I, of course, also would need to come up with a rank for it, but that's a lot. That's actually not too hard because I have fantasy name generator, so I can come up with names for things like ranks. Drag King names. That's unrelated. I'm not gonna be looking at that right now, but if I wanted to, it's good to know that I have the option. I've also been considering making a little this is like kind of unrelated. Making a little ooh, I need to change the prompt. I need to change the prompt. Uh a little like side square to put my face in. And while I would do that today, see, I actually did something kind of silly um the other day. And what I did was I was scrubbing my face because I have eczema. I have really bad eczema. And nothing really helps it. But I was trying to scrub off. I noticed that because I just recently been in the shower, and my eczema gets worse after a shower, which is really awesome and really cool. And I really like that. It's really fun and cool, and I really suggest it to everyone. And in case you can't tell, I'm being sarcastic. Um, but once I did so, I pulled the thing away and realized I had scrubbed a little too hard. So my poor little nose um is now horribly scabbed over and it looks really bad. Um I don't particularly care about how I look. Yeah, I also have eczema on my back too. I have it on my face, I have it on my back and on my head, like on my scalp, and worst of all, in my ears, which is really cool and great, and I love that. I love that a lot. It's so awesome and not at all hell experience. Anyway, there we go. Now I can take that. I think I will go with this one. So, because I'm going to go with that one, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and set that up. Now I'm gonna go in here, go to what prompt number was that? Okay, that was what I was supposed to be figuring out. Anyway, yeah, I was like, oh, I thought about it like when I was like setting up, and then I realized, um, that would be a bad idea because I because of my poor nose. Um, so 27. Yeah. There we go. I just wanted to scoot that over a little bit. Scoot that over too, just a smidge. Okay, we're good. Okay. Epic. Epic and cool and awesome and fun. And we're having fun. And we're having fun and everything is cool. How long have I been streaming? 42 minutes. Actually, that's not as long as I thought I'd been streaming. Alright. It's so fun when my shoulder has an itch because I can't reach it. So, I gotta brainstorm just a Wait. That's right. Uh, Strix has provided us with some wonderful prompt ideas. Let's see, prompt chomp is lost. So I can look and see some ideas. It's just not blah blah subculture, military unit, controversial will, collector of lost things. Haha. Okay. Keep their collections for themselves. Return what is lost. Redistribute what they collect. Acquire lost things on another's behalf. Yes. Okay, I see what they're getting at here. Oh, an orphanage is an interesting way to think about that, actually. Ooh, okay, that gives me an idea, actually. Um, for like how that would. You know what? I just got inspired by. Okay, so fun. Did you know fact that I'm going to share with you guys? Did you know that some birds basically run orphanages? So there are some species of birds where they will basically tend to nest and like other birds will like come and lay their eggs there and then like fly off basically and they'll take care of the babies. Typically the birds that run these are like female in quotes. I say in quotes because, birds don't necessarily categorize themselves that way. Um but like the ones who but they also have noticed that there are quote male birds unquote, but they display quote female quote behaviors. So basically these birds are trans women, which is interesting because they're actually not intersex. There's no evidence that these birds are intersex, which is like typically why you see this behavior in birds. Think how sometimes hens will basically become roosters through testosterone. Uh, this isn't what's happening with these birds. These birds are, for all intents and purposes, quote, functionally male, unquote, but they behave as, quote, females, quote. No, this is not how I see, like, actual trans women, like, human trans women, because the designation of sex and gender and how we do it is, like, completely arbitrary. I'm just using these biological classifications for these birds because that's just what makes sense and it doesn't really affect them in any way, shape, or form. But it is interesting because it implies that at least some birds have a sense of gender. Um, Now their sense of gender is probably way different than ours, but you know, they probably have it. Is the idea here, which is honestly really fucking cool. To think that birds, because birds, I mean, they can have their own cultures. They can have their own languages effectively. So, it's really not like, I mean, if you've ever seen it and if you've ever heard anything about corvids, you know just how smart birds can be. And parrots too, but like corvids are taking you to another level. So, really not that shocking to me. That some birds have managed to pull this off. To create an internal sense of gender, basically. So, really cool, really interesting. Um, and I could definitely use that um, as inspiration for this prompt. An article called Cosplay Crafter. Ooh, what's that for? Or about? Oh, I also want to note I am using generators in here, like some like name generators and stuff. But I need everyone to know that I am strictly anti AI. I do not use any or generative AI. I do not use any form of generative AI in any of my articles. For the first. Oh, okay. For either for writing or for artwork. If I'm gonna do artwork, I'm either gonna do it myself or I'm gonna commission an actual human artist to do it. And I highly encourage anyone who is listening to this message, or is currently here because VODs or whatever, to do the same. To disavow generative AI. Well, I mention it because I'm not using AI. I'm not using generative AI. I'm using a name generator that has been programmed, not a generative AI. The difference between these two things is that generative AI, while it is a program, works largely off of uh data, like data mining and stuff. Yeah. I'm just using fantasynamegenerators.com. Shout out to fantasynamegenerators.com. I know the creator will probably never see this, but Fantasy Name Generator is created and maintained by a single woman. Um and she is quite frankly the backbone of our society. I would be nowhere without her, I think. So now what I have to do is get an idea. See, I could look at noble house names. I could also do like, oh, they have rank names too. Oh, they have title names too. So 10 random ranks, but the concept of rank is taken very broadly. Okay. Interesting, 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 interesting. Um, hmm. So what I'll do, so there's this website. And then there's another website that I use called Chaotic Shiny. So sometimes I'll take the relatively regular word or name or whatever that it gives me, and I'll run it through the language mixer that makes it sound cool slash fantasy esque. Um, Provided I can't come up with a name myself. Um, Create a new noble house name. That could be a way to go for the rank. But no, I pointed out so that everyone knows that I do not use that. I need to put the little thing in my footer. There's like a little like human made image for World Anvil. Um, but I mention it because I know there are a lot of people who um use some form of generative AI. While I'm not disparaging necessarily, my personal like code of existing is that I do not use generative AI. Insofar as I can help it, because I know a lot of places like basically force it on people, but I turn off all that shit. I do the best I possibly can to avoid it. Because there are better ways of doing all that. Like I've said this before, to out loud to people in my life, so I'll say it here. Templates are the answer to what a lot of people are using AI for, generative AI for, in the writing sense, and also in the art sense. There are templates for everything, and then the art sense, like people are like, oh well, I can't draw that well. Bases, bro. There are free to use bases everywhere. Go on DeviantArt right now. If you don't have an account, make one. Look, there are so many free to use bases. There is a free to use base for anything you could imagine, and there are pay to use bases for even more things that you couldn't possibly imagine if you have any money to use. Because some people will be like, "Oh, I pay for this AI subscription or whatever," and I'm like, "You could literally buy a pay to use base and have it forever and never have to pay again for it. Like you pay for it, you download it, you have it forever." So there's also like plenty of free to use resources. I use like um free to use like photographs and images and stuff. You can also always learn how to do photo bashing if you would like. And of course, it's never too late to learn how to do digital art or physical art or whatever kind of art you want. Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, I just can't do it," and it's like, well, you can. Maybe not the way you're imagining in your head, but hey, we all have to. Every artist knows um that there is. Every artist has had that moment of you know, realizing this drawing isn't how I imagined it in my head. But that's how you get better. You start that way and then you work your way up. So, anyway, um hmm, I don't think I want that one. Demon lore. Sorry, I don't know why I said. Hmm. These are all I think like existing, obviously. Let me try this. I'm sorry, Rich Rich is that's pretty good. That's not what I'm gonna use, but I'm thinking of so I think what I want to do for this rank um is going the route of like so not quite an orphanage, but more like a person who takes it kind of, I guess you could say, more like a foster parent, um but on a more permanent level, like, and also like in a smaller, more community based role, um rather than how a lot of it is today, where it's like this rank that I'm thinking of would be like someone in a community um who takes in wayward children or children that cannot be cared for. So, I mean, all of the sapient creatures in Lunia are mammalian also. And as we know, mammals, generally speaking, have a pretty strong instinct to care for young. It's just that not all of us are communal. So, but I imagine that sapience might cause the behavior for a lot of these creatures to shift. Maybe creatures that are typically solitary be not so solitary anymore. Regardless, hopefully this one will be an easy one once I get going. Hmm. I just have to think of a. Hmm. I just have to think of a term for such a thing, for such a person, for such a rank. I could go the Latin route. Could look at because I see I would craft a language from scratch, but I I don't wanna right now. Maybe at some point I'll figure something out. But hmm, thinking the rest of Greek and Latin roots sitting. Ooh, wait, sorry, very funny. Looking for suffixes. Greek morphemes. Parts of words originating from. Okay. Oh, Latin words with English derivatives. Oh, there's a whole list of Latin derivatives. Latin roots, stems, and prefixes. Oh, let's see. Let's try to build a word, guys. What if we build a word? We build a word. Um, you might be asking yourself, Cho, why don't you just use a word that already exists? I think it would be cool to not do that. Also, mostly what I'm kind of trying to what I'm kind of trying to do here. Does this website not exist anymore? It doesn't. It's so sad. It's okay. Hmm. Um. It could also give me parts to use uh for a rank name. Also, wanted to let Strix know that that their prompt chump gave me an idea. Hmm. Come on, I can think of a word. I know I can think of a word. Ooh, pan might be a good one to have for all. Because they're like a parent of all. Or, because they're taking in abandoned children. Hmm. Hmm. Uh, oh, okay. Sorry, I was like, why is it a bird? That's why. I could use like paniarch, which would be, with the like instead of matriarch or patriarch, would be the because you know the matriarch or patriarch is like obviously like the oldest uh air quotes man or air quotes or air quotes woman or air quotes man of a family. But I think a pan would it be paniarch, pantiarch, because matri it's matri and patri, so maybe it would just be panarch would be the word. Let's put it in here. Punarch actually looks. Maybe we could do if it's panarch. I could also just keep it the way it is. Because it's a type, it's a rank. What is this? Is that a child with a gun? Hello? Do we have a child we have a child soldier icon? Okay, sure, why not? I'm not using that. For for this. Um, All right. And for the subheading, it will be the safe keeper of lost children. So this is a rank, so I'm going to upload a new image from my save files. The power of save files. Wow. Why did I say that? Why did I go wow? You know what? Don't worry about it. Actually, don't worry. You know what? This is just my power. This is my this is my weird author shit. You know how like every author is just weird. Like every author in history is like crazy. You know what I mean? Like they're all just they've all got it's like they're either like it's like Ernest Hemingway, you know, where it's like everything from start to finish was just crazy. Or you've got like Stephen King, where he like is a pretty normal guy, but then he like writes insane shit. You know, like Stephen King is the type of guy that you'd pass on the street and not think anything of, and then you go and read a Stephen King novel and you're like, holy fuck, you know what I mean? That's my this is my my weird little noises and stuff. That's my author quirk. I'm just kidding. I have I definitely have way more interesting author quirks than just that. Now, it is a rank and not a profession. So, I'm going to assume that the yeah, so it's not a profession, so that means I will have to figure out um how how they come into power. Type. Oh, okay. Civic citizenship, civic diplomatic, civic political, civic. What would be a purpose for cosplay crafters? I mean, well, I assume they're so in this world. I'm it's you say cosplay crafters. Is it like cosplay being the same as in our world? Because if so, then you know you can just use what we already do. Would it be a familial term? Probably. I mean, one can only assume. Comparative weight. What does that mean? Oh, how high in the chain of command? Oh, okay. 100 for emperor, 20 for duke. Well, if 100 is like the ruler of a land, I would play like oh, we'll put it at the one for duke status. Is this title still used? Um, actively in use. High level T. What document established this title? Form of address. That's a good one. I think... Are you doing the lagging thing again? Okay, here. Should I go to old version? There we go. Alternative names. Hmm. There we go. That's good, actually. Source of authority. The community they live in. Length of term. Indefinite. What equivalent ranks exist? Oh. Okay, then there's all that qualifications. Okay. Oh! Alright. Okay. Time to get into writing mode. Alright, fellas. Let's get to it. First, I have to do this. Ow. My knuckles. Hold on. There was something that I wanted to use for a reference. Another world of mine that I had a thing. Hmm. Ah, yes. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I'm trying to get the. I have no recollection of writing this article. Oh my. Also, honestly, I don't know why I retired this world. I want to bring it back. Hmm. Hmm. I actually did a lot for that. I did a lot for that world. It's crazy. I'm gonna keep that open for my own purposes. Did I ever recreate? Did I like ever recreate this world? I don't think I did. I don't think I did do that. Yeah, no, I never did do that. Hmm. Okay. Time to get into the weeds. Also, hello viewers. Hello. Hi. Hello. I just looked, checked, and noticed that I had 3 people watching me. Had no idea. Hello. Hello. Um, right now I am working on a prompt 27. So, oh gosh. Mm. The idea that I've got here, um, is oh, you know what? You know what I just thought about? What if I did the little fucking writing sprints here? Let me see. Let me see if I can find a way to figure out a way to do that. Um, streamer. Okay, focus Doro. Okay. Oh, awesome. I found what I needed immediately. Okay. Let me see if this works. What is it? It's a browser. I'm still here. Oh, hi. Yes. Okay. Oh, I'm ready to see what you come up with on that prompt. Okay, thank you. Yes, awesome. Thank you. Um, I do realize that it could probably be hard. It's probably a little hard to see my like what it is exactly that I'm doing. Because of the the way that it is. Yeah, let me do that. Yeah. Actually, no, I can't do that because it my screen is too small, so it smushes everything. But it's fine. What I did find out was that I can. Ours are probably totally different. Probably. I can do this. How big? Okay. Might need to do. Cause can't really. Eh. Well, we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look like ass. Um, but I'm gonna try to do the focus timer thingy. So then so then I can have moments where I'm just like silently writing and I won't feel too bad about it. Whilst I am doing that, how about I turn on some epic classical music to write to, because I will be mostly quiet. Oh wait, I need to actually unmute my desktop for that so that you can actually hear it. Huh. That would help, wouldn't it? Let me know if it's like too loud. Hmm. That's going pretty good. At least I think so. Yeah, I put a little Pomodoro thingy. Because I'm doing a little sprint. A little writing sprint. But I had to take a small detour to find something. Alright. We have hit our first break. Technically. Um, but I'm not like, good at the stream or anything. I just have to get my charger from downstairs really quick, and then I'll be happy to talk about a little bit for what I did. Okay, I'm back. All right. So now I will start the short break. And we can see what I was doing. So, whew. Yeah, it actually does say that I'm on break. Okay. So, as you can see, worked on the Panarch title. So I said, thus far, the article we've got so Panarch is the pillar of many communities all throughout Lunia. Indeed, I would argue any community without one is severely underdeveloped at best. At worst, it is a community that does not care about its own young. And a community who does not care about its own young is hardly a community at all. From an unnamed citizen of Momonomo, which is another article that I actually wrote for a summer camp past. So, um, the type of title this is familial. Status actively in use, high level of responsibility. And then the form of address, Panny, by those being taken care of, or who were, hey, how are things? Oh, things are going great, actually. I'm I'm doing a Pomodoro thing, so technically it's the short break right now. And I not finished with this article yet, because not yet. Well, I'm not quote finished. I'm just trying to get to 300 words. Um, but it's not quite there yet. But I am going through it. So this one is so basically this rank. The thing is almost over. Short break's almost over, but all right. But I'll finish my sentence. This rank is basically it's not quite an orphanage keeper. It's more like a semi-permanent to permanent foster parent type situation. So it's basically a rank slash title for a member in the community who takes care of uh offspring that are either like abandoned or orphaned or anything, or otherwise in a situation where their parents are like dead or just can't take care of them, or anything like that. Ugh. um so, and I added the little Pomodoro thing, um so people can follow along with my sessions. But I am pretty close to being done with this article, so at least to 300 words, and then I can find another one to do. So my Pomodoros are 10 minutes and then 2 minutes of a short break. All right, let's go. And I'm listening to dramatic classical music whilst we do this. Let me know if the music is too loud. So, Hi, Miss Pearl. I've been joined by we've got a visitor. My little black kitty cat. My little void. Hello, Miss Pearl. Hi, sweet girl. You gonna scratch on the back of that chair? Yeah? Or are you stuck? You're not stuck, are you? You're very cute. Oops, I slipped into first person. There. Oh, hey, look. One of my favorite classical pieces. Nope. I'll pause that since it's at the short break now. I'll finish this once. Ooh. Once we start the thing again. Um. Anyway. Hi. Um. I see. I still have viewers. That's very good. Um. So the we're getting into the qualifications now of this article. Hmm. Okay, so qualifications and then requirement. I'm just making sure I don't like kind of that I don't like mix anything up. Um, are you doing any world building currently, Derek? No, we'll go back to focus, but I'll let you answer before I do that. I mean, I'm assuming that you probably are doing some kind of world building, but you know, I figured I'd ask. Actually, I think I might have just seen your message in the Discord. That's pretty cool. If you're still here, which I hope you are. I don't know. But all right. Let's finish this. non-payment section right now. Good. Awesome. Great job. I definitely have enough words. So, again, let me know if the music is too loud. I'm turning it up just a little bit for myself. Oh, that's what the song is called? Well, thank you. I love learning the names of classical pieces that I just know but don't know, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, everyone knows what this is. You've heard it before, but you don't know the name. And it's like, ooh. It's like, I haven't. That's a lot of words. Oh, I had no idea the thingy ended. It is not very loud. I actually completed that task, so we'll add a new task in a minute because I finished that. So no, we just do that to make it make the line breaks more obvious. There we go. There we go. Now I just have to undraft it. There we go. Published. That's not what I want to do. Now my article has been submitted. And now I can share it. All right, notification message. Okay. All right. Now I can share it, I think. article now posted, I think I'll go ahead and end this stream. But I will do another one later so that I can do the Iron Gorge challenge because I've only got a couple days to do that. So that means I'll have to do multiple streams in a day. Whoopsies. Anyway, thanks to everyone who joined me. It was awesome. Thank you very much. I'm glad for your support, and I will see you later.